Hello guys, Hades here. My last recording just screwed up because my computer decided to end the video for some reason. It was kind of silly, but, I'm not gonna freak out about it too much like I used to do with my Clash of Clans videos. Or my Five Nights at Freddy's videos where I would be like, don't be stupid, or, yeah, my last video, it cut out and it was so awful. Screw the screen recorder sucks, you know. But today I just wanted to talk about something simple. Episode 3. Episode 3. I'm too lazy to edit this video, so just imagine the text here, okay? Look. Right? Episode 3. Amazing. Amazing, okay? Like, imagine amazing here, comma thing, you know? Amazing. Wait. Actually, my camera view might be backwards because yeah. I see myself differently in the computer screen than you guys see me in the video recording. Damn. So in that case, it would be like this then, yeah. Like, just imagine amazing on the screen in the comment. Anyway. Yeah. Episode 3 of How to Survive High School. Okay? This is for surviving day 3. Like I said, my advice isn't perfect, but I'm just going by if you just want like basic ideas like that are recent, not just your parents telling you shit that they witnessed like a generation ago before you, you know. Um, More so just stuff like uh, more relatable with people around your age. So I'll just give you some quick advice that might help you out. Things that I like to keep in mind, and some things that are minor that benefited me, to things minor that didn't benefit me, to major things that would be really bad for me, and major things that would be major things that would do wrong to me, and major things that would do right to me. The first topic I wanted to talk about is associating yourself with other people. This is something that elementary school teachers talk about quite often, and it is an important issue. It's very important to associate yourself with the right people, okay? Like, very important. The reason that it is important to associate yourself with the right people is because associating yourself with the wrong people can make it hard for you to get out of that friend group, and you're going to have to make a very, like, progressive way of getting out of whatever, like, friendship or relationship that you're in. Usually when I say relationship, I might just refer to my friends anyway, because I pretty much consider like friendship, relationship, romantic relationship, whatever. There's kind of a line between there, but relationship is just my general term for it. But relationships, as in broad range of anything from like whoever you're dating, to just friends. Although not everyone dates in high school, obviously, but like you know what I mean. Just that wide spectrum of relationships in general. You want to be very careful with who you associate yourself with, because along that wide spectrum are anything from good people all the way to or like really good people, like right people, to really wrong people and people who you don't want to associate yourself with. This is kind of a far-fetched example, but hopefully this sort of gets a point across here. I'm gonna go with drug dealers as an example. Okay, so drug dealers. Say you're a drug dealer. Okay, imagine you're like me, and you're like selling rockets. You know, you're like the wrestlers from my Mario season 1 episode, the original one, not the newer one from like roughly a month ago. No, not a month ago, like a few weeks ago. Say you're like, there we go, just sit up in my chair a bit. Yeah, amazing. Look at my nice forehead. Hell yeah. Associating yourself with people is very important, but you want to be careful with who you associate yourself with. Say you're the wrestlers from Mario Season 1, Episode 1. You're like, I'm gonna go around selling my rockets to Bowser. Or like, selling my rockets to anyone and making money off of it and getting people addicted, you know. Although, Getting people addicted to rockets would be pretty funny. That would be a good way to make money. But anyways, say like you're like, I'm gonna sell rockets to my friend and make him really, really fat. I'm at least trying to make this funny and not use real drugs as an example. But like, I'm gonna go socialize with people, and I'm gonna try to friend them as much as possible to get them in my social space. And when they're in my social space, I'm gonna talk a lot with them so much, and I'm gonna get closer and closer with them in a small amount of time until we get so close that we start trading stuff, and I start like, he starts giving me like cool like Pokemon cards or whatever. Although those are like from a decade ago, but I don't give a shit. Screw the popular kids watching this video, okay? I don't give a shit what's trendy and what's not, but that's just an example. And you're like, I'm gonna give these dudes my rockets. So you give them your rockets, and then they're like, well, maybe these are some pretty good rockets. Usually drugs are bad, but this dude's pretty good associate, so maybe I could give him a try and take his stuff. But even if you were not into that, associating yourself with certain people at first, like a lot, is really dangerous. Try to have a paranoia of everyone, like everyone is against you in some sort of secret way. I know this sounds a bit crazy, but like think about it. Being paranoid of everyone because everyone could be bad and they're not showing it. Being paranoid and actually studying people, their psychology and like how they're acting around the classroom, outside of school even, at home, with other friends, whatever. Analyzing them could be important. Try to at least look into that and try to see if there's some people who look trustworthy and some people who don't. Obviously, by like trustworthy, I don't mean like just because you see some black dude with chains, don't go like, oh, he has chains, he must be one of Snoop Dogg's old enemies, maybe I should kill him. Or like, don't be like, yeah, he's like some, yeah, he just looks like some weird, like, Asian nerdy kid. He seems okay. Like, because I'm not stereotyping here, I'm just like using that as an example. Even then, like, obviously, not all black dudes who wear chains are bad. Black dudes who wear chains are awesome, okay? There are some Asian nerds that are bad, Like, I guess whoever. What would be a good example? Yeah, I can't think of one. I was gonna make something like Jackie Chan, like some joke about how bad Jackie Chan is and how he could be like some sort of evil person, but yeah, that wouldn't really work out too well. But be careful who you associate yourself with. Um, like, don't look at people by like what they might look like in movies or whatever. I mean the things that are very direct and very hinty. Like if you see some dude vaping, that might be chill, but it's just best to try to avoid that person unless you're already friends with them. Then as long as they don't try to give their shit to you or try to, I guess like get in the way of your life too much with them trying to give you stuff or they peer pressure you, whatever. Just try to like not let that happen in the first place by being very careful with who you associate yourself with. Anyone who may be social on the first day, like picture this, if you're a drug dealer and you're like, I want to make some good money really fast, alright? Like the rockets example that I used earlier. Are you going to be like kind of introverted and you're not going to sell anything to anyone? No, you're probably going to get extroverted because that's definitely the most convenient choice. You're going to try to talk with people more and more and try to get them in your little trust circle. Okay? People who seem like they're getting too off the bat too quickly with you, like overly friendly people can be sort of weird, and you kind of need to keep your eye on them. That doesn't mean that they're bad, alright? Even if they're drug dealers, that doesn't mean they're bad. I don't think drug dealers in particular are bad. I just think things they might do are bad, especially if it's illegal. But it's important to watch out for these kind of people, these kind of groups too. Be careful if you're like, if even your friend hangs out with criminals or whatever, that friend themselves could be convinced by that other friend, like, well, he's doing this thing, so should I start doing it? And if it's just around them more often, they're going to get more and more used to it, and they might even get into it. Who knows? So even if like your friend's friend or whatever like deals a lot of drugs or something like that, um, I'm just using drugs as an example. Like I said, it could be anything related with a crime or just untrustworthy person. Uh, be very careful to just even be careful around the friend who might be associated with that drug person, okay? Because anyone, my point here is anyone could have some sort of secret evil little shit card up their sleeve that they might pull out by total surprise, and you have to at least be a bit more ready for that. So it's important not to associate yourself with people too fast. Talk with people, sure, but don't like go around making friends on the first day. Even then, like it could be a more minor thing, like much more minor than a drug dealing situation. You don't want to be like, oh hey, look at that kid, he's standing at the cafeteria. On the first day, this seems like the most convenient person to talk to. Then you go to talk to him, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm some anime kid in 2021, you know. Yeah, anime, let's go. Yeah, I like Sasuke or whatever. I don't know. I just made that a random anime character. If you're an anime fan, don't kill me for saying that. But, um, oh yeah, random anime character. That's what I'm into. I like anime and shit. And you're like, well, I like history. And he's like, oh, I like Mario Kart. And you're like, I'm not really into video games or Mario Kart, and I'm not into video games in general. I'm more into tennis, like Hades is. And he's like, oh, well, I'm kind of into Rubik's Cubes. And you're like, okay, buddy, I'm interested in like auto mechanics and shit. I guess some people might have the same experience as you in high school, especially if you just go talk with them on the first day, because they might be one of the first people that you talk to, and you might be one of the first people that they talk to. But if you don't really have a lot in common with them, then you don't really want to associate yourself with that person too much. Because if you associate yourself with that person too much, it's just going to be boring, and eventually you're just going to just have casual talks about your life all the time. You're not really going to have a talk about anything that could be actually interesting between you guys. Take your time throughout grade 9. Look for groups that seem like they contain good people, or at least moral people. People that have the same beliefs as you as a lot of things. Um, People that have common interests like you do. And that's the convenient thing about high school, right? Because with elective courses, obviously you elect a course, the other person elects a course, and you can just, I guess, sort of if you guys choose the same thing, then that obviously means you're interested in the same thing. So, yeah, elective courses, then that might give you an even easier shot at trying to find someone who you should be associated with. Even then, I'm not saying that people that you're going to associate yourself with, even if it's at random on the first day, it doesn't mean they're going to be drug dealers. Obviously, probably like 1 in 100 high schoolers are drug dealers. Well, maybe not that low. Maybe like 1 in 50. But it's even if it's not a major situation like that, it may be like 1 in 50 chance that you're associating yourself with someone who's a really wrong person. But it's a 1 in 5 chance that you're going to find someone, maybe even 1 in 50 too, that is actually worth being associated with you, and they're actually good, and you actually get along with them really well. My point here, okay, my point here is that take your time to find people who are interesting. Don't just rush into friendships because you're nervous and you want to make friends as soon as possible. Not everyone makes friends at the same time, and that's fine. The quantity, but even more so, the quality of your friendships is what's good. It doesn't matter what time you get friends, as long as it doesn't take too long, because then that's really bad. But just be mindful of people you associate yourself with. Be mindful of who has your interests. talk with them, whatever. Be mindful of all of that with your social space. And that's the main thing I want to talk about today. Just get that off my head. I am Hades. I'll see you guys in the next video. Sorry for wasting, well, unless it did help you. If it didn't, then sorry for wasting 15 minutes and 17 seconds of your life. Alright. Goodbye, guys.